Hello, we've been working on finding equivalent fractions in class, and today we kind of dove into this idea of reducing a fraction down to its lowest terms. Sometimes you might also see that written as simplest form. And what that means when we reduce a fraction is we're actually taking that denominator, we're taking that whole, and we are making the number of parts, the total number of parts in that whole, less. So that's why we say that we're reducing it. So today what we did with the kids is we found equivalent fractions by reducing, and we reduced that fraction down to the lowest number of terms that that denominator could be in. So the smallest amount of parts that that whole could be divided into. And so I wanted to show you how I taught the kids to do this today. So let's look at the fraction 16/20. The first thing that I taught them to do was to take the number 16 and the number 20 and to list all the factors of each of those numbers. Now, factors are numbers that we multiply together to get a product. So if our product is 16, then the factors of 16 would be 1 and 16, 2 and 8. We can't multiply 3 by anything. 4 times itself. We can't multiply 5, 6, or 7, and we've already listed 8, so we know we have all those factors. Then we would list the factors of 20. So we have 1 and 20, 2 and 10. Can't multiply 3 by anything. We can multiply 4 times 5. Can't multiply 6 by anything. 7, 8, 9. We've already listed 10, so we know we have all those. Then what I taught the kids to do is go through and circle all the factors that are the same. So 1, 2, 4, and that's it. And then what you want them to find is you want them to find what we call the greatest common factor, the GCF, the greatest common factor. So that's the biggest factor that they have in common. Well, the biggest factor that they have the same is 4. So that is what I'm going to divide my fraction by. I'm going to divide my fraction by 4/4. Now make sure when they're saying this out loud, they're not saying they're dividing by 4. 4 would be dividing by 4 over 1. We want them saying that they're dividing by 4/4 because whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do the same thing to the numerator. So we divide over. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 16/20 is equal to 4/5, and 4/5 is in lowest terms or simplest form. So if we do one more, we do 30/45. We're going to come over here with 30 and 45. We're going to write our factors for 30. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, nothing by 4, 5 times 6. Quite a bit to squeeze in there. And then I have all my factors for 30. Then for 45, I have 1 times 45, nothing by 2, 3 times 15, nothing by 4, 5 times 9, nothing by 6, 7, or 8. Once we get up to 9, we know we have all of them. So then I start circling 1 and 1, 3 and 3, 5 and 5. Looks like, oh, and then 15. So I know 15 is my greatest common factor. I'm going to come over here and divide 30/45 by 15/15. 30 divided by 15 is 2. 45 divided by 15 is 3. So 30/45 is equal to 2/3, and 2/3 is in lowest terms or simplest form. All right, happy homework.